All right, it's Tuesday, April the 9th, and here's what's going on with the Miata. We're supposed to have it done by Saturday so we can go on Sunday to this event. Here's what I did yesterday. I spent most of the day fabbing stuff, and anyway, had a lot of problem with the oil dipstick there. It was hitting everything, the steering shaft. I had to grind a lot of the exhaust manifold away, and even now it's like it's like a 1/16 of an inch away. So I'm worried about that, and I'm worried about it baking that little metal tube. But that's the finished product. As far as fit and fitment, it's locked in. All the motor mounts are tight. The tranny brace is set at the height I want it at. You can see back there in the corner how close that exhaust manifold is. I mean, it is like stupid close. And I'm worried under acceleration that the exhaust manifold is going to hit that. I'm like positive it is. It's going to tilt over and it's going to bang into that corner there. I knew I should have removed it, but I followed the directions in the book we bought. Right there, well, that exhaust manifold bolt, there was no way it was going in or out with that corner. So I had to reach in there as hard as it was and get a Sawzall blade. I finally got it to bite into the corner and was able to clip that corner off. Now when you come over here, like I said, this one's a real issue. I think later on when I get back, we're gonna have to lose that corner, because under acceleration, it is gonna hit. I know it's gonna. So everything's locked in. The motor's level. The chassis is level. The motor's level. All the critical points, they're within a quarter to a 1/16 of an inch from hitting anything. So I mean, that's just the best I could stuff this in here. The oil pan is sitting about, I wouldn't even say a quarter, it's probably 3/16 of an inch and maybe a quarter off of the, I don't know, it might be a quarter off of the rack there. It's close. And that's that custom oil pan. Might be hard to believe, but I actually stick welded that with 1/8 inch 70-18 rods. And it was, man, it took the entire day. I kept blowing holes through it. But it's welded inside and out and then sealed up with some high temperature RTV on the inside just in case I missed any little holes. There's how the exhaust is going to be. The problem is this has to turn really sharp and go through here. And unfortunately, none of the exhaust kits, including the one I bought, have 90s or 180s or 45s or anything that'll even start to make turns that tight. So I called Welder's Supply, and they are 35 miles from here, but I'm gonna drive, and they sell these little weldable steel 90s. And when you put two of them together, you could fit that turn in about a 6-inch area. They're really tight. They're kind of thick, but screw it. I guess it's better than paper thin metal. So that's it for today. Yesterday was all fitment. It was just the dipstick. It was fabbing these, two of these. Those right there. As you can see, this looks kind of weird. We ordered a set from Amazon. They were wrong. We checked the auto parts stores. Then we finally got a set where the pipe would fit the flange. It would fit the tapered piece would fit inside the intake or the exhaust. But then the bolt pattern on one of these was extra wide, so I had to cut the ears off and wrap this is a bolt. I tacked it on there and then I heated it up and wrapped it around and welded it all the way around. And then under here is a washer welded on there, just to be sure. So, I mean, it took like 3 hours to modify the two of those flanges and get them to where they would bolt up to that bolt pattern. I'd say this dipstick took probably 1.5 hours start to finish to bend it and get it right to where it was going to work on this application. And of course it's raining again, but come over here just before I end this video. Get out of the way, you little tyrants. I already fed you. I haven't even eaten yet. You already got to eat before me. Anyway, I know it's hard to believe, but that cracker box there, that's my stick welder. That's what I've done all the fabrication on this Mazda with. I mean, literally, that's it. I've had this since I moved here in '93, and it was old then. I'm thinking it's a 1970s model. I know it's a Sears. As you can see, it's a Sears. What does it say up there? Oh, it's a Craftsman. Okay, couldn't read it. It's a Sears Craftsman Infinite Heat Selection, 30 to 230 amps. It's got the built-in Ouija board on the top. If you're feeling like you're into that, you got your Ouija board up there. You can ask it questions like, what do I set my amps at? And stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, man, my MIG welder, it's been broken for 20 years. It's over there. It's a Miller-Matic 250. I used to run it all day, every day, 8-10 hours a day, and then it burned up. And I keep saying I'm going to fix it, but I haven't. It sure would be nice to have a MIG welder right now, but for now, this is what I'm doing everything with, including welding up the exhaust. Only instead of using what I usually use, which is 1/8 inch 70-18 rods, I'm going to use 3/32 rods, and they're 70-14. Because Home Depot had them, I saw them, and I'm like, they were the only 3/32 rods they had, and I'm like, okay, well, that's what the exhaust is going to get done in. And so that's what I'm going with. So where I do need to weld out the exhaust, part of it's going to be welded out, other parts are going to be clamped together so it's removable. But if I had my way, I'd weld the whole damn exhaust system out. But then it's a real headache when you need to get part of it out for some reason. You got to cut it up and then re-weld it. So I'm going to try to make it to where it's somewhat removable, since this isn't my car. I don't want to screw my son in the future when he has to try to get this apart and he can't. Anyway, that's it. That's today's little video. Who knows if we'll meet the Saturday deadline. Keeps raining and stuff, but I'm gonna try. Do the best I can. See you tomorrow.